Hello everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches. We are on to day 30. We made it. So many played along every single day. A lot played around here and there. There's tons of inspiration on Facebook and Instagram, and from the bottom of my heart, just thank you so much for being here and being a part of this series with me. This round has been my absolute favorite because of all the participation, and that's all because of you. So thank you. Today I decided I was done scrapbooking autumn, and so I'm actually giving you a little sneak into my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of April, which is using up the rest of my On the Scenic Route with Paige Evans. And so I'm going to find a photo, make the sketch work for me with this collection, and see where we're going. The sketch was chosen by one of my crafty friends, Kristen, who is Kristen Crafts, I believe, on YouTube. She has been playing along every single day as well. It's a fun sketch, so I'm gonna try and make it non-Christmas themed and see what I can come up with. So get you on fast forward. Alrighty, so I'm going to flip through my photos here and try to figure out which ones I want to use for this particular sketch. I have a notebook that I didn't grab at the time, which is a little silly of me, that has my plans for the rest of these photos and how many layouts I want to do. And so once I remembered to look at that, I actually ended up deciding to go with the one of my toes in the sand, because that is it turns into a 2 photo. You'll see that in a minute, but it's a 1 photo layout. So I felt like I could make it work with the sketch pretty well. I'm also going to go ahead and look through what I have left for pattern papers. I still have a ton of pattern paper left. I wasn't worried about that. I just wasn't sure really where I wanted to go with this, if I was going to cut strips to do the banners. So I was just having a look to see if something would jump out at me and inspire me to start. And it does. What happens is I find that pattern paper right there. I love that one. It is one of my favorite prints from this collection. I'm going to make it as a photo mat. And I always go to start cutting, and then I love a torn edge. I love that look. So I went ahead and did that. And then I'm going to straighten it out so it's just like, as you see there. Now, that was not large enough for that photo. So I was either going to have to trim down that photo or find the one that has the exact same photo along with a shot of the beautiful scenery where I was at. I felt like that combined was just a little bit more of a story there, so I do decide to do that. I used the chipboard camera. I felt like that was just the perfect place and the perfect piece. I then kind of go, like, I had this piece of paper, and really what was I going to use it for besides a half border? So I'm just going to do the half border with that pattern paper there. So it all kind of blends itself in together, and it gets me that piece used up. So when I go into the rest of April and start working with some more, it's one less thing I have to look at to figure out how to use, which is nice. It will be interesting to see as the month goes on what I do, because I still, like I said, I have a lot left, but as things start dwindling down, where is my focus going to be? I'm excited to kind of see how that all kind of wraps up in the end. So that's why I decided to do this for the last day of 30 Days of Sketches, which just give you a glimpse into what's happening for April, do my wrap up and kind of say thank you and show how the sketch ends up. I do not follow the sketch exactly. I'm not going to place that middle section there with the Santa reindeer. Now, that's adorable. The idea of the fact that he's flying through the sky and it's like different phases of the moon that he's flying through, I think that was the point of it. I think that is just so cute. And if I was doing a Christmas layout, I probably would add something similar to that into the sketch, but I'm not. Instead, I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media here so that the mat and my photos have a grounding because they're up high. So I'm not really creating a shelf. I need to do something. And so this mixed media, it almost looks like my photos and the layering and everything I do is sitting in the water, which I really like. And then the other embellishment cluster that I'll create at the bottom, you'll see that in a moment. It's almost like that part is on sand. Now, does that really make sense? I don't know. It made sense in my head when I was creating it. But I just needed something, and this worked for me. I play with my mixed media a little bit. I do kind of cut it out because it wasn't working exactly the way I wanted to. I'm not a mixed media expert by any stretch of the imagination, and so when I don't have a pre-mixed media background and I have to do it myself, it probably takes me longer than the average person because I just don't ever know exactly what to do. I got it done though. I layered everything up. There's like the scenic photo is on fun foam, and then the other one is flat against the pattern paper. And then I believe I didn't add any fun foam to the back of the pattern paper. So it's just one little bit of dimension there. Because it's a little warped anyways from the mixed media, I feel like the texture is there. I'm also going to end up using the border strips. So I'm really taking advantage and using every little bit of this collection here. And that's going to be for the layering that I do at the bottom. I have this happy thoughts there. I felt that was going to work really well because this is a happy place, a happy time. It was so much fun to be there, and it was crazy. It's hard to go on vacation with 3 little kids, but it was fun, and I did get a moment. Sean had, I think, all of them in the water at that moment, so I was just hanging out and just had my feet in the sand and just was taking a moment to enjoy myself. So that's what this particular layout will be documenting. I'm also going to look through all the ephemera. I'm trying to use up what I can. I'm not trying to save anything because eventually it's going to get put on a layout anyways, and all the layouts are going into the exact same album, so I'm not worried about that. I am just wanting there to be that cohesiveness from the first layout to the last layout, and once this is completely done, I will get it into an album and do an album flip for you so you can see that. Before this ends though, I just want to wrap up and say one more time, again, thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you check out the links below for everyone else that's played along. There were a ton of creators that played along for every single day, and it was so much fun to watch. So please make sure you check that all out. And if you follow Sandy, which I'm sure you do, she is not done. She still has, I think, 48 days or something left of, it might not be that, about 40 maybe, sketches left to share with you, because she is doing the 100-day project with sketches. So if you love sketches and you don't want to wait until June, please make sure you follow over there. If you go to her Scrapping Reflections Facebook group, I'm sure she'll have the sketches she's planning on using posted for the month of April. I think that's probably her plan. I don't actually know, but I'd assume. And then for May, of course, there will be May I Scrapbook You, which is Crystal from Pineapple Papers series. So there is so much still to come, and then you come right back to June and there will be series 8, and I already have all those sketches picked out and planned, so hopefully I will have that all done and ready to go for you when June hits. Yeah, lots of content for you to enjoy. So YouTube is a really happy place to be. You get to watch, you can scrap along. It's like you're scrapping with your best friends, and I love that about YouTube. I'm going to finish this off. I do end up adding some florals and some sequins, just a little bit of bling, because it's a layout that is all about me, so I can have it all. And that wraps it up. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. Not exactly like the sketch, but you can see it. I think the influence is there. And as I said before, you take what inspires you from the sketch and you run with it. And that's what I did for this particular one. All right, guys, here's a look at my finished layout. Thanks so much. I'll be back tomorrow with a huge layout share. Bye, everyone.